Hello everybody and welcome to Calling Sports Talk. Today we're going to be talking about how the Saints and Willie Snead came to agreement today. So Willie Snead was a restricted free agent and he signed his tagging. So it was only a 1-year deal. And that's how restricted free agents are. Well, in terms of people like Willie Snead. So technically his rookie season was in 2015, but he didn't come into the league. I think he came into the league 2014, I believe, but he didn't play in a regular season game. He was just part of a practice squad, so technically 2015 was his rookie season. But he played in the practice squad with Cleveland to start off with, and then Carolina. So when a player like that gets restricted free agency, they go through this process. Usually when you're a restricted free agent, or then you can be signed for a multiple year term, or if you're a rookie and your contract runs out, the team is able to pick up a 5th year option. But since he wasn't signed to a rookie contract, because I don't believe he was drafted. No, he couldn't have been, because he wanted to be on this type of contract. So he started off with a 2-year contract, unlike most rookies who start off with a 4-year contract once they're drafted. But like I said before, he wasn't drafted. So how his contract worked out, he was on a 2-year, and then and this year he was eligible. Sorry about that, to become a restricted free agent. So like I said, he got tendered today. I want to say a lot of people, but a few people expected this to happen without him holding out. So what holding out is, I'm sure a lot of people know what it is, but I'm just explaining. It's when players who don't like their contract, i.e. they're underneath a franchise tag, similar to like Le'Veon Bell or Kirk Cousins, or other players like that, they can hold out, which kind of strain relationships with the team and the fans, in my opinion. So that didn't happen. He signed his contract today, and it was worth $615,000, which is a bargain. And Willie Snead is a top 5 slot wide receiver, maybe top 3. Now think about it. The only 2 slot wide receivers who I think are better are Randall Cobb and Jamison Crowder. If I believe I'm correct, Jamison Crowder was the 1st round pick to go to Washington. But yeah, Willie Snead is really good, guys. If you guys aren't Saints fans, you're gonna soon find out. So the first 2 years, he almost had 1,000 yards each. But obviously, he never made it there. But that's because he was the 3rd wide receiver. In his first year, in 2015, he wasn't even expected to make the roster. Number 1, because he was undrafted. Number 2, he was a practice squad guy, and nobody really heard of him. But he had really good seasons both years. Let me show you his stats. So in 2015, he had 984 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Obviously, the 3 touchdowns are low, but he almost broke 1,000 yards. He was 16 yards away from breaking 1,000. That's really good, and he was considered a rookie. And he was only 20. I say that as a rookie, and I was about to say only 23, but that's kind of old for a rookie. But like I said before, he went undrafted, and he didn't play his rookie year. Like his rookie year, he was just a practice squad player. And then in his sophomore year, if you want to call it, in 2016, he had 895 yards and 4 touchdowns. So obviously he doesn't get very many touchdowns, but he puts up the yardage. I can't remember what year it was, but he definitely threw a touchdown. Yeah, it was in 2015, so his rookie season, if that's what you want to call it. He has one throwing touchdown against, I believe it was a Giants game when he did a. Wait, no. It was this year against Carolina. My bad. So what I'm trying to say, Willie Snead's a really good player, and to get him for this little amount of money, I'd say that $615,000 is little. It's a lot. I would love to have that, but for an NFL player of his caliber, that's a bargain deal. So the Saints have him for at least one more year, hopefully a lot more. It seems like he wants to be here, or else he would have held out for a little bit. But he's just a really nice guy, high character, and great school. He's gonna be the number 2 wideout behind Michael Thomas. I believe that the Saints have a somewhat underrated wideout group. They have Michael Thomas, obviously, Willie Snead, obviously, Ted Ginn Jr. He's just gonna be a Meacham player, or Henderson. Crap, that's not his name. Henderson. Saints fans know who I'm talking about in their Super Bowl runs. Devery Henderson and I can't remember Meacham's first name, but he's a deep wide receiver similar to those two. And then you have Coleman. Brandon Coleman, I think is his first name. I think he's a good wide receiver. I say that. He's considering what his draft value was. He went undrafted, similar to Willie Snead. But since fans are kind of trashing on Coleman, I don't know why. He went undrafted. You can't expect an undrafted player to perform very well. And he's exceeding expectations, at least for me, honestly. I think, I'm not looking at his stats right now. This is off of my head, because I wasn't expecting to talk about Brandon Coleman in this video, honestly. But I think he had 400 yards this year. It was either this year or last year he had 400. I'm not 100% sure. But he's a big body wide receiver. Good red zone threat. I don't know how tall he is. I think he's like 6'4". But he played fairly well. He's not going to be anything other than a 4th wideout or below, which is all you can expect from a undrafted rookie. I mean, he's not a rookie anymore. This is his 3rd season, I think. I mean, undrafted player. But he's exceeding expectations, at least to me. But back to Willie Snead. He's going to be a really good player in the coming years. I kind of wish we signed him to a long-term contract. If I don't even know if that was possible. If you had to give him a restricted contract before you gave him a normal contract. I haven't looked into that. But why I say that is because he's just going to increase his value. I believe he's going to reach 1,000 yards. I don't know how many touchdowns. I'm predicting 6. He's not very vocal in the red zone. That's why I'm only predicting 6. I say only 6. That's a decent amount, but not considering that he's a 1,000-yard wideout, which I believe he is. He's just kind of been buried. Especially, he's gonna get a lot more targets considering that Brandon Cooks got traded to the Patriots. So he's gonna be a focal point in the offense, and I'm really hoping that we sign him up sometime soon. I mean, it's gonna be next year most likely, but I hope we sign him to a long-term contract because he already proved what he's able to do. I hope we sign him to like a 6-year contract based off of what he does this season. Because if he reaches 1,000 yards, he's gonna increase his value probably about 2 more million. I see him right now. It's like a $4 million wideout, just based off value. But I don't know. He's just a really good wideout in my opinion. People compare him to Lance Moore. I don't see it. He has a lot more value than Lance Moore in my belief, because Lance Moore, I don't remember Lance Moore ever eclipsing the 1,000-yard mark, and I feel like Willie Snead can. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share. Thank you.